M.V.P.Knight at the beginning of the romance in Superman and Lois. Welcome to Couple Reviews, where we're very, very happy, because Superman and Lois Season 3 is upon us. M.V.P.Knight now. Welcome to Couple Reviews, where we miss Stargirl. I explained a few things. I know I'm super late, but I wasn't sure if I should continue the romance in Superman and Lois at all because the views were not justifying it yet. I had recorded myself watching episodes 3 and 4 of Superman and Lois, but since I was late to editing those, I figured I would play catch-up by making this one video to cover episodes 3, 4, and now 5. So those recording sessions have been deleted. So I'm gonna make this one last video, and if the views don't go up, this might be the end of the romance in Superman and Lois. Lois has been a brat and a half about her cancer. She missed her chemotherapy appointment on purpose, then Clark got blamed for not making sure she went to her appointment, and then he took her to what was supposed to be her appointment when she rescheduled, but then she got this freak out session and still left. Her excuse was chasing her white whale of a criminal, and she almost got Superman killed because he had to go in and save her. Meanwhile, Candace's dad, Candace is John's girlfriend in case you don't remember, Candace's dad stole John's truck and then they got it back, but he never admitted that he was the one who stole it, and Candace was super sorry about being defensive when they started talking about him stealing the truck, but she apologized about it, and she was worried about her being no good for John, but he decided to stick with her. So yet again, Candace and John somehow have a stronger relationship than Jordan and Sarah. Sarah did have a good moment where she told her, well, kind of a good moment, because she was arguing with Lana, and at some point she said something like, "That's probably why Dad cheated on you." Now, if you just isolate that conversation, it seems like Sarah's being a brat, but after everything I've seen with Lana, I was just happy to have someone telling her off. But afterwards, Kyle was defending Lana while talking to Sarah. Well, Kyle was going back and forth between them. At first, he was talking to Lana saying, "How could you slap our daughter?" And then he found out that Sarah said, "That's probably why Dad cheated on you." So Kyle went to Sarah and she was like, "How could you say that to your mother?" and all this stuff, and she was the one who found you when you almost died. It kind of seems like it's so confusing in terms of whether or not they're trying to patch up the relationship between Kyle and Lana. It seems like they're going in two different directions at once. Like, on one hand, they're having Kyle do damage control for the family, which makes it seem like he's going to get back together with Lana, but then they keep having these moments with, well, they're not super good moments. That's another thing that makes it have some plausible deniability, but there's these interactions with Kyle and Chrissy and Lana and John Henry Irons that keep hinting that there's something there, but it's never been super compelling, and it's hard to tell if that's on purpose. And the thing is, I'm confused about which ship is supposed to be the end game, and I don't have the level of passion for any of these characters to figure out whose side I'm on. So my mind just wants to quit trying to figure them out and not be invested. So that's bad. But there was a nice scene where Clark goes off to intimidate Candace's dad, because not only did he steal John's car, he also punched John in the face and he threatened Lois with a gun. So there was this super great scene of Clark just humiliating and threatening the guy, and he left town afterwards. So now Candace is staying with the Kent family until she figures out better arrangements. And poor Jordan now has to share a room with John. It was either that or John and Candace sleep in the same room, and we know that they can't be trusted with that because of a certain incident that happened back in season 2. There there was an episode where John and Candace tried to have sex, but then but then Lois stopped them. And he was talking with Clark about it, and they both were like, how could you almost do that? What were you thinking? And then for some reason, Jordan got on thin ice about that or something. I think they might have been thinking something like, well, if John could do this, maybe Jordan could. Something like that. So, this might be the last episode I make of the romance in Superman and Lois. That might be not that. We'll see. Up until this point, I've been talking about the events of Season 3 episodes 3 and 4. Right now, I'm about to watch Season 3 episode 5. Is everybody translating that correctly? Okay, good.
Thanks again for taking me dress shopping. I can't wait to show it off at the dance.
You're gonna look so beautiful.
It's interesting how Lois is still allowing this relationship between John and Candace. After she caught them trying to have sex, John got expelled for trying to save her from getting caught with the drugs she was selling and she was giving to him. And her dad stole John's truck and then punched him. Thankfully, she doesn't get the blame for any of that stuff. Normally, that's a girl that the mom would keep her son away from after all this.
Am I the only one who thinks the priority here should be her beating this thing and not poking around in Al Capone's vault?
It's Lois's treatment. She's allowed to decide where she gets it.
Bruno Mannheim stole you.
We've already established that she's not responsible enough to make her own decisions.
At least keep her away from the kids' dance tonight. She should be at home, resting.
Still mad about me going to Hops Bay Medical Center?
I'm just here to support you, Pumpkin.
Sure, Clark gets yelled at about all this stuff, and Lois gets, I'm just here to support you with all the...
Hey, Nat! Guess who I found in town looking for you?
Oh, he is coming back, huh? That was the guy at the party she was talking to, but they never exchanged numbers or anything, and they ran out because Sarah got in a spat with the party birthday boy, something like that. I was kind of expecting him to not be a thing anymore.
The nurse said the anti-nausea medicine might wear you out, so maybe I should be the one doing the investigating.
Or being a patient here will allow me to move around more freely, undetected, so you just stay here.
Lois, he knows better than you do. Just shut up and do what he says.
I have a Valentine's dance that I'm going to at my school. I mean, I'd ask you to go, but it's a formal, you're not really dressed up.
I'll buy a suit.
Seems like a lot just to go to some high school dance.
Not just a high school dance. A high school dance with you.
Well, yeah, but that seems like a lot for a high school dance with a girl you barely know. Hasn't he put in enough efforts just getting here to be excused for not having a suit at the dance? With all the efforts that guy's been going through, he's either an endgame love interest or he's a spy sent to destroy Steel and Steel's daughter. Whatever. Can't you just call her Steel Jr.? I don't know what her superhero name would be. If she has a superhero name in the comics, I don't know what it is.
4 hours away.
Well, we can still see each other on weekends.
This is exactly what tore apart his relationship with Eliza, I think, was him moving away and them trying to do long distance, but that didn't work out. Well, if their relationship can survive Candace's dad, then perhaps their relationship can survive a 4-hour distance.
Now I'm sorry. Nat.
What are you gonna do? Okay. Thought you were gonna rough him up. They're probably going to explain later why she has some other damage that led to her not being ready, perhaps, but that doesn't mean he's a jerk about it, though.
Say the word, and I'll go in there and scare the living hell out of that kid.
No, he didn't do anything wrong.
Thank you.
I'm just so far behind everyone else in this kind of stuff.
Last time I had anything resembling relationship was the night my wife left me.
And this helps out?
He's gonna think I'm some kind of weirdo.
The way that kid's been looking at you all day, there's nothing you could do to make him think that.
Why am I so scared?
Love is scary. But you are the toughest kid I know.
I was with what you were saying until you went to "You're the toughest kid I know." You know Jordan, don't you?
I saw you leave after my mom spoke, and I just wanted to see if you were okay.
You're not going to do some love triangle stuff with him, are you?
Miss my dad.
Junior, come here.
That's not the good place for his head to be, considering Jordan.
You know, I know we went to high school at different times, but were your dances always this boring?
Yeah, pretty much.
Well, granted, at different times, but perhaps the same location, which is this small town. High school dances are probably boring everywhere. You know your wife is here, well, ex-wife is here, so I hope you know what you're doing.
What are you doing, Chrissy?
You're about to run out the door, that's what you're doing. Or you could dance with him, I guess.
Look, babe, the boys said they were gonna get photos, so why don't we just hang out here tonight? Look, I'm trying to be supportive, and I'm following your lead, but sometimes it feels like...
But sometimes you lead us off a cliff.
Sometimes it feels like no one's allowed to have an opinion about your treatment other than you.
Because it's happening to me?
Well, if it was a child's treatment, you would expect the parents, the responsible adults with good heads on their shoulders, to have opinions about it too. And since you've proven so many times that you need adult supervision...
Look, this is gonna be the fight of your life, and you need to rest.
Maybe you could take care of the device first and then worry about the guy. There we go. There you go. There you go. The device. Superman. Part. You had 11 chance. You have. All you had to do was just do this. And then the device would have been nothing more. Well, at least Superman finally won a fight.
Maybe we could start again? If you want, I mean.
I was about to say as just friends, right? But you and Jordan are friends, and you know what that really means. Say no. Say no. No. No.
To your dad.
Oh, that's no excuse. Spit that out.
God, this is terrible.
Well, that's what you get.
Mom, I can't believe you. After everything we've been through, you go and pull something like this?
Mom, I'm not pulling anything.
You've been out here drinking all night.
Mom, can I explain?
You know, for once, I'm on Lana's side about this.
I was just trying to be a good friend.
But that doesn't mean you can drink, though.
Just next time, no drinking.
That's better.
You okay?
Not really.
Clark knew better than you after all.
I want to go so badly, but I can't.
Well, Clark could just carry you everywhere.
I'm not the only one who gets to have an opinion in all this.
Thank you.
I need you to keep sharing yours with me, especially if I don't agree.
Because the opinions that Lois disagrees with are the most important opinions.
It's okay, I guess. You know, nothing crazy.
Nothing crazy? What are you talking about? Sarah drank. John and Candace might never see each other again. Natalie freaked out and ran out on the guy who might be her future husband, perhaps. And then Kyle was the life of the party. What do you mean nothing crazy happened?
If you're up for it.
She's up for you carrying her around.
And I stole your phone in the car.
Senior swipe? Oh, I don't think so.
Come on, come on.
Oh, come on, Grandpa. If they're giving Natalie a romantic subplot, then you can get one too.
Mind if I cut in?
Someone needs to fill in for Sarah, I guess. Since she's doing all these friend zone and drinking shenanigans. I thought you said this wouldn't happen again.
Or your ex-wife. Just says she needs to see me.
You got caught trying to have it both ways, I guess.
What's up?
I don't want to go public with that stuff about Dean.
Oh, thank goodness. That's exactly what she was thinking.
You're just the sweetest. Take care of your brother for me.
Okay.
Do I have to?
Turns out this Deadline character managed to get the locations of several of our top facilities.
Yeah, and you could have prevented that if you just did this. And yet, here we are.
Looks just like him, only more dead.
For now.
Oh, we bring back Pizarro? I thought he was wasted in last season. I'm sorry to keep harping on the views, but I can't justify making more of these videos if they don't get attention. So, well, this might be the last parts of the romance in Superman and Lois, so possibly goodbye. Thanks for coming to the end of the series, maybe. I guess you'll just have to subscribe and ring the bell to know if I'll post another one of these.